Hey friends, welcome back or welcome for the first time. I'm super happy you're here. Let's dive into some fun sewing tips to make your project shine. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out. Let's go! These are standard approximate measurements. Always adjust based on each child's individual measurements for better accuracy. You can choose the measurements that are closest to your child's body and personalize the pattern to fit them perfectly. Don't forget to turn on subtitles or dubbing in your native language from the settings to enjoy the video better. If you have any feedback, suggestions, or a special design you want me to teach, please leave a comment below this video. I'll prepare it for you as soon as possible. Since most kids have a little tummy, we add 1 centimeter to the front bodice length. This helps prevent the front of the dress from riding up and keeps it nicely balanced and comfortable. Since the neckline of this dress is looser, we mark 1.5 to 2 centimeters towards the shoulder to make it fit nicely. The shoulder width for this style is about 4 to 6 centimeters. You can design the neckline height above the bust line based on your own taste, usually between 2 to 4 centimeters. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I absolutely love sharing small but powerful sewing tips and techniques that I've learned over many years of hands-on experience. Make sure to watch all my videos so you don't miss these valuable secrets. And feel free to request any tutorial you'd like. I'll be more than happy to share it with you. From the center front, CF line, measure 1/4 of the waist circumference. Take 1/2 of the armhole measurement and add 5 centimeters for extra fullness and gathers when making the flutter sleeve. For the 2 dresses I designed and sewed, the final length is 80 centimeters. I used 1.68 meters of fabric with a width of 1.50 meters, and the fabric is cotton. These dresses are designed for 8-year-old twin sisters. When cutting, I added a 1 centimeter seam allowance everywhere and also added 2.5 centimeters on the sides for extra ease and comfort. To make sure this amount of fabric is enough for 2 dresses, we cut the pieces very carefully and use the fabric as efficiently as possible. Since I don't have enough fabric to make a waistband for this dress, I decided to design the buttons only down to the waistline. Oh no! This neckline facing is only for one dress. What about the other one? Don't worry, I'll fix it right now. Thanks. Always cut off and discard the selvage, the finished edge of the fabric, before you start sewing. This makes a big difference in the final look of your garment. Some fabrics, especially those with synthetic fibers, can shrink or pucker under the iron if the selvage is left on. And this can make that part of your garment look gathered and misshapen. When you have a limited amount of fabric, you can save fabric by making parts like facings or inner linings from small leftover pieces. This way, you make the most of every bit of fabric you have. To have enough fabric for the flutter sleeves, I reduced the fullness of the skirt a bit so I could cut the sleeves for both dresses. Hey friends, don't forget to check out my playlist for more awesome sewing tutorials. There's plenty of helpful videos waiting for you to explore, perfect for leveling up your skills. Dive in and enjoy! For the back elastic length, take half of the waist measurement and subtract 4 to 5 centimeters. To make sewing these types of facings easier, mark the seam allowance with tailor's chalk or on the front neckline or dress. This helps you know exactly how far to sew because even one stitch too many or too few can affect how neat the neckline looks. Use tailor's chalk to mark the edge of both sides of the facing. Always make small notches or tiny snips along the curved edges of your garment. This helps the fabric lay flat and prevents any unwanted puckering or bunching in those areas. To sew delicate and clean edges, we use a rolled hem foot. Watch my fingers carefully to see how I guide the fabric smoothly so the edge rolls beautifully and the finish looks super neat. Rolling is usually easier with fabrics like cotton or linen, but with flowy and drapey fabrics like chiffon, georgette, satin, or lightweight crepe, it can be quite tricky and needs more patience and control. Sew this part using a long stitch on your sewing machine, stitch length between 4 and 5, and gather the fabric. To get even and beautiful gathers in your garment, especially when making layered skirts, it's a good idea to divide both pieces, the skirt and the part you're attaching it to, into 4 equal sections. This way, you can distribute the gathers evenly in each section, and your final result will look neat and professional.